So hi, I'm India. I'm the founder of Engage Social Media and Marketing, and I'm here to answer your questions all about life after school.
What the hell do I do with my life? Do any other people feel this way?
I think a lot of people, I've had that question, like I've thought about it before in the past. And I think, I don't know whether you guys have, but at some point I think,
Definitely. A lot.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad to
Yeah.
hear it because I don't think it's that uncommon. I think a lot of people think that. But what I often talk to people about is the fact that as we get older, that answer changes anyway. I think a lot of people, years ago, you had to get a career, you would stick in that career right through to retirement.
Yeah.
And, you'd have an exit strategy. It was all about like working your way through the career ladder. And I'm not saying that that's changed for everyone, but I think you don't necessarily have to have the same career path right from leaving school through
Yeah.
to retirement. I don't think that's realistic anymore because as we go through different things in life, like that answer changes, doesn't it? So
I think it's worth as well
yeah,
knowing that that's a common problem because often
yeah,
if you feel like you're the only one that's got that, but actually, I would say most people feel that way.
I'd say everyone pretty
yeah.
much, yeah.
Well, I
I
especially did
like.
at school time.
I was thinking about this when I was at school. Like I was thinking about when I was at school the other day, and I don't remember ever anyone sitting me down and saying what career options there were.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many jobs that have come up, people I've met at networking events, and jobs have come up, and I thought, I've never even known that was a job. That's so fun. I would have loved to do that.
Yeah.
How did I not know that existed? And I think at school, everyone's like, what GCSEs are you doing? Okay, and then where are you going to go to college? But at no point does anyone actually sit you down and go, okay, what do you enjoy doing?
Yeah.
Okay, these are the options that are going to be really good for you as someone who's creative or someone who's hands-on. Or so I think because they're not great at that at schools, I think that it's quite a common question that comes up in someone's life where they're like, what do I do? Because
No,
no one's given
definitely.
me
Yeah.
any kind of inspiration or told me the options that I have,
Yeah.
which is really sad, which I hope is going to change soon.
Well, I struggle with this question on a daily basis. So it's common. All right. Let's move on to the next question we found. So I don't think college is for me, but I feel like it's my only option. I feel stuck. Any advice?
Oh, that's a good question. So I think, I mean, I want to probably chat with them a bit more and say, okay, so why do you think it's not an option for you? Because depending on the answer they give, it might help me think, okay, well, this is a good route for you. Or actually, maybe college is right for you, but you've got the wrong mindset about college. Um, I would probably say, yeah, I'd probably have to ask them some questions to know why. But that said, it's not for everyone. Um, Maybe they've done A levels, or maybe they haven't done A levels. They might be like finishing GCSEs and they're like, I don't want to go to college. It might be that they're not, a lot of the time, people that don't want to go to college just feel like, and I was kind of the same. I'm really good at practical things. I like put me in a position where I've got to learn and just get on with it. And I'm great at that. But tell me there's an exam at the end of it and I'm completely stressed and I've forgotten everything I know. So sometimes I think college isn't right for everyone because those circumstances don't work. It's a
Yeah.
shame that more things aren't assessed on just being practical. There doesn't have to be
Yeah.
like some sort of written exam to prove anything. Um, and I think more jobs, like more businesses are looking for people with experience now. So I guess it depends. Yeah, it depends on why they feel that college isn't for them. But it might be that they just need to take a step back. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm all for a bit of a gap year. And if you have that luxury of like having the finances to do that, because you come out of college and you're like learning you come out of school and then you go straight into like sixth form, college, university, and you're just
Yeah.
in these
Gives you
same
time to
positions for
think.
so
Yeah.
long. And actually, like a bit of life experience goes a long way.
Yeah.
So maybe just take a break and you might view it differently.
Well, I took a
Yeah.
gap year and I was going to go to uni and I didn't go because I had that year to think about things and think about what I
Yeah.
really wanted to do. But for
And
this
you don't
person,
have to. Like,
yeah,
you don't have to go to college or university. I mean, we've got somebody working with us at the moment doing work experience, and she has started her A levels. So she did really well in her A levels. And then the next step, like, naturally would have been university. But she just had no desire to go to university. She didn't really want the environment. The only reason she would have been going is for like being with her friends and partying. And that's not really the right motive, nor is it worth getting yourself in 40 to 60 grand in debt. So for the
yeah,
sake of partying, you can
Yeah.
drive up there at the weekends and go to a party. Um, so she was like, I don't really think that's the option for me. So she's doing work experience with us. And then there's so many more degree apprenticeships out there now.
Yeah.
Like, it was not a thing when I left school.
Yeah.
But now you can get your qualification and level up with those who went to university, but you've got the experience, you're getting paid, it's a completely different level. So that was what was right for her. And I think we're going to see more and more businesses doing degree apprenticeships, because the mindset of people now is that they just want to be learning and earning and able to just do it all straight away,
Sure.
not fixed in this university position where they're like stuck learning. It works for definitely certain career paths, but it's not necessary for all.
Yeah. So take a break and have a think and realize there are other options. That's what you'd
Yeah,
say. So yeah.
definitely. In summary.
Sure. Sure.
How do I go to college if I don't know what to do in life?
In my head, some people convince themselves they don't know what to do because they don't think what they want to do is an option. I think even when we finish school, if we really sat down and thought about because you should enjoy your job. And I think more of us should have that attitude. And I think there's so many career paths out there, like endless opportunities. So I think if you sit down and you think about what you enjoy, there is going to be a career path that suits that. It might not be a specific course at college, but you could do something sort of generic that just gives you the experience of learning. So, for example, I knew forever that I loved the idea of being my own boss, having had bad experiences with bosses. And I wanted to run a company that had a different mindset towards like their employees and had a lot more respect for them. And I also loved being creative, and the moment I have a business idea, I just like get so excited. I get such a dopamine kick out of it. It's the problem. It's actually addictive.
Harrison knows a lot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm like, oh, I love
This
this
man's got a
idea.
new one every week.
I love that though. I
Yeah.
love that. It just shows you're a creative person. So I think if I sat down when I left school and thought about how much I love being creative and the things that I love and the things that I'm good at, and then I looked at all I had an AI at the time. I didn't, but if I did, searched and thought, right, what jobs are out there that suit these needs? I would have then thought, actually, just going to college and studying business would have given me loads of skills that I could have used in any job, in any career path that I took. So you don't necessarily have to go down like a really niche college route. You could find that if you do want to go to college, but you don't really know exactly what you want to do, get some sort of qualification in something that's a bit more generic, but will still give you the skills that you need to take forward.
Yeah, that's a really good
Yeah, I
answer.
think
Yeah.
that's a really great point as well. You can almost get a piece of paper down, write down everything that you enjoy, and then you can find a course that, as you said, sort of relates to them things that could, give you a pathway and more experience.
Yeah. And
I
then
mean, that's
you've
a
got
really
a
great
couple of
point.
years. You've got a couple of years whilst you're in college to go, okay, this is my favorite part of what I'm doing. These are the jobs that are going to really highlight those skills and draw them out of me. When I
Yeah.
finish college, I'll go down that route.
And I also
But
think, like
yeah.
your previous answer, just taking a bit of a break and trying some things. There's a value in just trying those
Yeah.
things, because you
Definitely.
will realize what you don't like if you go and work, even for a very
Yeah.
short period at, say, in
Yeah.
finance. Oh, I hate finance. And then you can go and try something else. So
And I
Yeah.
think like depends on the kind of person you are, whether you're a people person or not a people person. Sometimes being isolated in certain career roles don't work for you, and you don't know that until you try. I wish, like my school, they didn't do work experience, but I think more schools should allow you to do some work experience. Or
yeah,
if they don't, in your summer holidays, go and get some work experience. It will
yeah,
really highlight to you what you do want to do and what you don't want to do.
definitely.
I actually had a friend that got a finance job in London for a placement year for uni. After 2 weeks, he dropped out and he came back. And when he came back, he actually gave himself about 3 months just to think about what he's doing. So I think it's really important not to rush into something, like Tom just said there. Take your time to really understand what you want to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so apprenticeships. Can we talk a bit about this question here? So what are the pros and cons of doing an apprenticeship rather than going to university? So I guess what kind of person should do an apprenticeship, and why do that instead of university?
Yeah, so I would say somebody who's doing an apprenticeship is somebody who's very much hands-on. They enjoy learning whilst on the job. Um, I did an apprenticeship, like it really suited my personality. I think I did quite well at school. I think I could have done better if I didn't find the exam experience really stressful.
Yeah,
I don't know why. It was like the moment I was in that room, I felt like I didn't know anything. And yet before that in the classes, my predictions were really good. So
yeah,
I think sometimes if you know that you struggled with your GCSEs in terms of just you knew the answers, but you struggled with the exam setting and just that kind of focused learning where you're in a room with a bit of paper writing notes, if that wasn't right for you and you felt like agitated at the time, maybe university or college aren't right for you. So then think about, okay, did you enjoy like practical things at school when there were practical lessons, whether it was like chemistry, whatever it was. And then apprenticeships are probably right for you because you're the certain type of person that enjoys learning on the job. And then the benefit of that is you're going to get some money as well, which is always nice.
Yeah. I'd be interested to hear what you think about this, but I always felt that the apprenticeship routes, there weren't many options. So for the stuff I want to do, they're very sort of narrow niche. So sort of like aerospace engineering. I don't know what you feel about this, but they're very. I say that's a con. Is that they're very specific.
Yes, I don't disagree. I think they're changing. So apprenticeships when I left school, which is going to like show my actual age soon, is they were all sort of they were all diploma based. So you would end up with diploma, which was the equivalent of 3 GCSEs at the time.
Okay.
You have degree apprenticeships now, and they are so much better. So, for example, you can literally learn my job in a degree apprenticeship now, which you could not do going back even I think 3 years. I don't think those existed
Yeah.
pre-pandemic. So I think people are slowly learning the benefit of, well, what's happening is people are coming out of university, and so many of my friends who went to university who are very qualified, they still don't have the job that they wanted. You know, some of them are, I hate to say it, but like some of them are started working in Tesco's. They're not there now, but the first thing they did is they were working in
Yeah.
a shop because there weren't actually enough jobs for the people that did the courses. So you find yourself in this huge amount of debt, and they take on so many people to learn the same courses at universities, but there aren't physically the same amount of jobs out there, which
Yeah.
is so unfair.
Yeah.
They shouldn't do that, but they do. And, you know, there's probably a lot of political and financial gain
It's
there.
money in
But
it.
definitely.
Money
They make
in
more
it.
money, so
That's it. But if you can get yourself into a degree apprenticeship
Yeah.
or, a degree apprenticeship, you not only benefit from having the skills, but you've got references. Potentially, those people are just going to take you on full time afterwards if you're any good anyway. So you've done everything that you need to do at university in terms of getting the actual qualification, but you've got the skills, you've proved that you're capable of actually doing the work. Because just because you have the qualification doesn't mean that you put yourself in a job and you're actually going to do any good. I mean,
Yeah.
some people go to university, they're very educated, but then they've got no people skills, and then they go into the workplace and it just doesn't suit them
Well,
at
it's a
all.
totally different skill set, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally different.
Like problem
massively so.
solving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Problem
Yeah.
solving in the workplace. And also just like workplace politics is a whole thing that you need to work
Yeah.
out. And
Yeah.
it takes time. So
Yeah.
Well,
I
being a
think,
good communicator is probably one of the most important skills,
yeah.
isn't it?
And
Once
you
you're
learn that
actually
in
in
an
the
apprenticeship.
workplace. Yeah, and an apprenticeship will teach you that. So
Definitely.
definitely a consideration to make. All right, let's move on to the next question.
Yeah.
I want to start my business, but I'm not confident enough. What do I do?
Do you know what? It's funny because I would actually say I'm not a confident person. And I think like people, I know everyone laughs when I say that and they're like, rubbish. I'm not. Like I did a lot of acting classes at school, and I genuinely think I've learned to act confident,
Yeah.
Okay.
which is a
Fake it till
thing,
you make
and
it.
it is a skill. So I like, for example, our networking events. I'm going to be speaking in January in front of 85 females. My keynote speakers are amazing ladies with the most successful businesses. You know, you could go over UK, all over the UK. People know who they are. I have no idea what I'm doing up there with them. And I genuinely, like, I'm like, how are they coming? Why would they come to my event? Like, what is going on? My little business, like, we're so used to putting ourselves down and putting our businesses down a little bit. I think it's a very British culture.
Yeah.
Too much modesty, whereas the Americans are the other way, which I think we need to find like a balance
Yeah.
in the middle.
No, they're totally the other way. Yeah.
So I would say learn to like find things that make you confident. Surround yourself with people who make you feel confident.
Yeah.
You know, if you go to networking events and you've got to promote the business, go with somebody who makes you feel confident. Yeah, learn to act a bit confident.
That's an
Whatever that means, like,
interesting point. Yeah.
yeah,
Starting something with someone is actually quite a good way to feel more confident.
yeah,
You often think like you've got to rely on other people as well.
Yeah.
definitely. And I think they appreciate it. Like, I mean, Mel's a client of mine, but whenever I go to a special networking event and I've got myself a little ticket, I'm like, do you want to come with me? Because we sort of like bounce ideas off each other. And
Yeah.
we met, she literally messaged me to film one of her events. And then since then, we've kind of become friends. And we like, I care about her business, she cares about mine. We're always recommending each other to each different people. So yeah, if you're not that confident, learn some like to take someone with you who makes you feel confident because you're not there on your own. I don't think you do need to learn confidence to have a business, because if you stay at home and you just like stay behind the computer, it's not going to grow. You
Yeah.
have to do so much. I mean, networking, showing up on camera for social media, consistently posting, sharing your experience, your ideas. I mean, it's 24/7.
Yeah.
It's
I,
literally 24/7.
yeah.
So
I also wonder whether you actually ever are confident enough. Like, it's a bit of a contradictory statement to this, but like, to be confident enough to start, you have just got to start, and the confidence will
I think
follow.
this is the biggest problem that people have. I mean, it really depends on your situation. If I was a mum who was a single mum, like, even if I was a confident person, am I confident enough to like chuck my job in
Yeah.
and confidently pay the bills whilst having, children? And like, yeah, that's a whole different ballgame. And I think
Yeah.
you have to be in a certain situation, a certain experience, to be able to do it. And you have to be able to do it no matter what. I mean, there are weeks where I'm like, I'm exhausted. I don't
Yeah.
want to do it today. And you have to show up. So I think, yeah, I think you need to learn confidence, but I also think you've got to be in a certain place in your life in order for it to work as well anyway.
Sure.
Or if you do have all the kids and you've got, financial dependency, then do it, but do it slightly differently. There is nothing wrong with having a side hustle for a
Yeah.
couple of
To
years that you
start with.
build
Yeah.
up slowly. You don't have to chuck your job in and go like 2 feet in. It doesn't matter as long as you get to the same point at the end.
Sure.
Why would you say the confidence is so important? Like, what is it about showing up on camera, networking, that's important?
So from a social point of view, because it's what we do, um, being in front of the camera on social media, there's a whole science behind this, but ultimately people buy from people, whether it's
Yeah.
services or products. So so you've got, say, two social media accounts, two Instagram accounts. One, it's all Canva graphics. Product looks lovely, but it's all Canva graphics. There's not really any personality. There's then the other page, same industry, and someone showing up on camera. People will buy from the one where there's a personality, there's a face to the brand. And the reason for that is that no one's job is that unique. There are 100 other people doing the same thing as you, selling probably the same product as you or the same service. The only thing that makes you different is you. And
Yeah.
so they need to invest in you. They need to see who you are, and they need to see your personality, and they want to almost see themselves in you. So, for example, the best businesses will succeed based on the fact that, say, for example, I'm watching an interior designer, and I'm watching her page, and I love her home, but then also she's got a lovely family, and I'm kind of like aspiring to have that lifestyle. I'm more likely to buy from her, no
Yeah.
matter the cost of
No,
the product.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's like there's people that are
yeah,
mowing the lawns on TikTok that suddenly get a million followers.
that's it. Like you see yourselves in them, or you relate to them, or you find them funny or something. So personality on socials is so important. And frankly, the people who don't show up on their socials, the more you
Missing out.
do,
Yeah.
the better. You don't do it at all, you won't succeed.
Yeah.
Because you're comparing yourself to
So
100
yeah,
other people doing
Well,
it.
when we started this on camera, it's just so weird, and hearing your
it was
voice
so
back,
hard.
it's actually awful. I
It was
still
difficult.
cringe a
Yeah.
lot today,
I
but
still cringe every
you
time I
you
watch a
get
video
you get
of
better. It's
myself.
like the confidence as well. You have just got to put yourself out there. It's like I
Yeah.
perform music live, and the first few gigs, absolutely
Oh,
terrible.
that
But
rich was
when you
it.
do more, it just becomes second nature, and the only way to do that is to do a lot of it.
Do a lot of it. I
Yeah.
love singing, but I will not sing outside of my house because it absolutely petrifies
Yeah.
me. It makes me feel physically sick.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you have to be confident in business. You've got to find a way of becoming confident, even if that's for short amounts of time. So for example, I go to a networking event, I act confident. I come home and I'm like, that was terrifying.
Yeah.
And I, curl up on the sofa with a hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Like, you just got to do whatever it takes if you really care about your business. And I always think as well, if the difference between you succeeding and being in a position financially where you want to be is literally you showing up, Like,
Which
just
option are you going to
do
take?
it.
Yeah.
Do
Just
it,
literally
yeah.
just do it because you're holding yourself back.
Yeah. Oh, Nike have a good slogan.
Just-
Yeah. Wish I thought of that one. Anyway, let's move on. So I'm going to have to ask the age-old question. Should I skip college if I want to start a business?
Maybe, maybe not. I think it really depends on your personality. I mean, if you are like the Steve Jobs kind of guy, then maybe you'll be driven. You'll just get on with it no matter what. If you are like Susan from the corner shop, I'm not sure that that's going to work for you. I think you need to really think about like, how driven are you? And
Yeah.
also, how much of a people person are you? I mean, I'm not saying that he was a people person by any means, but he was going to get himself in front of the right people, whatever it took.
Yeah.
If you don't have the confidence to do that, then I think you need to go to college. You need to get yourself the qualifications that's going to level you up a little bit, because you're comparing yourself to confident driven people, and those kind of competitive people are just going to do so well. So you need to, yeah, I think sometimes college works, sometimes it doesn't. That said, so many people have started businesses whilst in university or in college. Take, for example, Grace Beverly. She started Shreddy. I don't think it was known as Shreddy at the time. It's now worth 8 million, I think, net worth. So she's like 27, I think. She started it whilst at university. It's now worth, yeah, like net worth
Yeah.
£8 million.
There we go.
So
Well, Harrison, you're
I-
at your university. How many days off do you get between lectures? Like, how many days are you in? How many days you?
At the moment, I've got 3 hours of teaching per week.
See, that's not. I mean, obviously you got work to do, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of time to do other things around
There
that.
is a lot of time, like a
is
lot
that?
of time.
I was that. I didn't go to university.
Yeah,
so
neither
I'm
did
like,
I.
I'm doing
Neither
business.
did I.
Tell me
But-
more.
The thing is, what I don't understand myself, so I've always had jobs like in between the time and I do this, etc. But people that don't have that,
What are they doing?
do they do? Like, there's so much. There's only
Probably mind-numbing playing games and stuff, aren't they?
yeah, but there's only like, I feel like there's only so much of that you can do before you're like you're just sat there just like dead. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I just don't
But,
understand
yeah,
it. And there's so much time off, and there's so many people at uni. I can't get my head around it. But maybe
But
that's
that's
just
what I
me.
want to say.
don't
Like,
know.
is there a lot of time to? Or you're someone who's at uni. Was there time to
There's
start
a lot
business?
of time to
Could you
do
start a
anything you
business?
want.
Well, you are, but
Yeah,
could you?
yeah.
Like, do
Yeah,
you think you could
100%.
start?
100%. You have enough
Okay.
time, and if you say you don't have enough time, you're lying to yourself,
Interesting.
without a
Interesting.
doubt.
Because
Now,
I'm saying
maybe-
this thinking, like, loads of people have started businesses. So if
Yeah.
you're driven enough, do it. If you're not
Yeah.
that driven and you're like, oh, I should start this, like, don't.
Yeah,
But
that's
if you
a
are
really good
driven
point.
enough, I think, yeah, do it. I mean, even the job that I'm doing now, I got to the point where I was doing full-time hours on top of another full-time job for about 4 months.
Yeah.
Like, I would go to bed at 2 in the morning and then wake up at 6 to do the other job. And that went on for months until I thought, I'm going to die if I don't give up one of them. And I got used to this like double
Early death.
income.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
But you have to at some point let go of a bit of money in order to like just get back some of the time to build up. So I think if you're at university and you're driven enough and you're passionate enough about whatever it is that you want to do in terms of like building a business, then yeah. And if you're saying there's loads of time, like do
Go
it.
for
Yeah.
it. Now, I will say one thing. If you're doing like a STEM subject, maybe you don't have as much time.
Yeah, I'm
I am
sure.
aware
Alright,
of that.
okay.
But if you're not doing a STEM subject, you definitely have enough time. 100%.
I think that's an important consideration.
I have to just put
My-
that in there before people scream at me.
My sister did
For
medicine
other
actually.
people doing
and
STEM
she was-
subjects, I'm like, no, we don't.
Yeah. Like, yeah, my sister did medicine, and my friends that have gone to do that, like, that is constant. They are
Oh, yeah.
working
Yeah.
non-stop. But I
Yeah,
suppose
but
other
yeah.
courses there are a bit more time to do things.
this is what I think about like university though. There are certain career paths, which it's not an option at the moment, so you've got no choice but to go to university.
Yeah.
But I think a degree apprenticeship in certain roles makes more sense. I think university, absolutely. If you're going into medicine, you have to go to university. I can
Yeah.
absolutely understand why that's necessary. I don't want people doing like practice surgeries on me from day one. Like I want them to have more knowledge than that. So I
This is my
understand
apprentice. Yeah.
why medicine and law, medicine and law is absolutely a necessity. But I think certain more like business career paths, I think
learn
degree
on the
apprenticeships make
job,
more sense.
yeah.
And yes, you'd have less time, but the practical experience you would gain would be so worth it.
Sure. Okay, let's move on.
Perfect. Should I try have my own business right after uni, or should I get a job first? Now, I say this is more, uni's a great way to get experience and the confidence, but where's the balance between choosing to go right into the business or choosing to do uni?
Again, like, so much depends on the person. I think because it's so competitive, I might suggest that if you have done the university route and you can spare 2 months, that you find yourself some work experience.
Yeah.
Um, just so that you can develop skills you probably didn't get at university in terms of like actually understanding the workplace and the people skills that you've probably like you have people skills at university, but they're not the same in business people skills in terms of like being in an office with other people.
Yeah.
It's not the same as like chatting with your friends.
Yeah.
It's a completely different environment. So I might say that if you have finished university and you're like, right, do I go straight into that job and apply for jobs? I would also suggest that because there aren't actually enough jobs compared to people finishing the course, you might feel like you have to apply because it's going to be like a race for the job that you want. Alternatively, if you think that it's not so much of a race, then maybe go and get the work experience first
Yeah.
because that's going to level you up compared to all of the people who are, um, yeah, like going for the same
Yeah.
job.
Well, I guess, like was said on other questions, it depends entirely on what the business is as well. Like, if they want to
Yeah.
start a law firm, you should probably go and get a job in law first. If if you want to start, I don't know, a live music agency, you could probably take the risk and go straight into that.
Yeah,
So,
It's
definitely.
very like industry dependent.
yeah,
Very. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it depends entirely on the industry. And I think like sometimes it's not just a case of you need a little bit of experience. Sometimes you need years of experience because actually, what is like, I think we've said this already. There's a big difference between knowing technically what you're supposed to do and then what you actually do when you're in the role.
yeah,
Yeah.
So even like from a law perspective, yeah, work in a law firm because how each law firm deals with certain situations will be slightly different just because you've got the basis of the law and the rules around law, like it doesn't mean you know exactly what you should do in certain situations.
So, in the grand scheme of things, do A levels really matter?
Yeah, because they can't like if you're going to university, there's a lot of people applying for the same courses as you. One person's got A levels and one person doesn't. Who do they choose?
Yeah,
So yes, they matter to universities and they can matter to certain businesses. Whether what certain university courses you actually did or what A level courses you did don't always matter because, I think they're just looking for people who were driven enough to finish their courses
yeah,
and did well in them, um, which means they listened in class. Like,
Yeah.
I don't always think the actual qualification or the actual A level itself matters quite as much